And so we say, look, everyone, you're going to get a cure for cancer. You're going to have material abundance, but you will have no freedom.
Now, where do you know a fish, you can squeeze it like a sponge, like this? Where on the planet you know you can squeeze a fish like that? Now look, put it back in the water, and it's whole again.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Dolphin Dreamhouse.
Yeah, you know what time it is. We're about to watch the strangest and most mysterious videos on the entire internet. But before we do that, let's smash that like button so we can run our numbers up in the algorithm. Subscribe to Dolphin Dreamhouse, and let's get right to it.
Look, I hate admitting when I'm wrong, but I have to offer a sincere and embarrassing apology to anyone I made fun of who said they believed the White House was hiding aliens from us. I always thought that was an absurd, ridiculous proposition until I saw this video.
Okay. Administrator, we have some questions for you here at TikTok.
What's going on, Mac?
First of all, are you in the cabinet?
Well, actually I am. After I had an incredible conversation with the president by phone to become SBA administrator, he texted me and said, actually, you're going to be in the cabinet. That's a really big deal. And it is, because the SBA administrator isn't guaranteed a spot in the cabinet. But because President Trump knows that small business is big business, this is a cabinet spot now.
Look, I don't know what kind of creature Kelly Loeffler is, but I do not for 1 second believe she's human. I don't think she's a mammal. I don't think she's part of any species that originated here on planet Earth. Like, the gait is wrong, the proportions are wrong, the speech is wrong. Also, Kelly, we could tell there was nothing in that folder. There's nothing in that folder. Try all you might to try to trick us, but we can see that you miss out on those finer details. And yeah, good luck. You're not going to take our planet away from us without a fight.
Who needs notes in your folder whenever you can just telepathically download information from another galaxy? It's unnecessary at that point, right?
Yeah, I remember my first time trying to act human.
Okay, you guys are not going to believe what this 18-year-old Belgian construction worker discovered underneath a brewery in an old ancient town. We're talking, these are old countries, man. A lot of history. And he discovered basically treasure. But unfortunately, I'm bringing this story to you, which means the story got out, which means, do you think he kept the treasure? Listen to this. So this is the little town in Belgium, outside of Brussels. It's called Den der Monde, okay? So first, they find what he thinks are just $1 coins. Turns out they're gold. Pure gold. And then they find bars and bars of gold, totaling over 10 million US dollars worth of bars and coins. But the shocking turn of the story is that they called the authorities. Just like the guy who found the gold in the tank. Remember the guy who found the gold bars in the tank that was from like Iraq, I think? So look, his rationale here is there are so many coins and bars, it would be almost impossible. Besides, that would be theft. Almost impossible to put a few gold bars in your pocket, man. And then the other guy who was there said, agreed, you simply can't keep that hidden. Really? But the crazy part is that it was transferred to a secure government vault. Now, apparently, there's a certain amount of years that they have. Oh, and look at the gold bars, the stamps from refiners. Look at the refiners here, wow. Apparently, under the law, Belgian property laws, the rightful owner or the legal heirs have up to 5 years to claim the gold. So it's going to sit in a secure government vault for 5 years, and then what? If no one claims it, I guess the government gets it. Look at that beautiful gold, man. What would you guys do if you found this? I already know, but what would you really do? And would this be theft? Like if whoever hid that gold obviously wasn't coming back for it or forgot about it, or maybe they perished and they were the only one who knew about it. Would it be theft? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. What would you do? I kind of know what I would do, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and follow for more.
Hate to break it to you, kid, but you probably could have bought the entire country of Belgium with that loot.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have gotten in trouble for stealing.
The CEO who runs ChatGPT claims he's trying to warn us, but it sounds a lot more like a threat that things will end very badly for us if we try to regulate his AI industry.
One dystopia that I'm particularly nervous about 10 years from now is we overreact to AI safety. And so we say, look, everyone, you're going to get a cure for cancer. You're going to have material abundance, but you will have no freedom. You will have no agency. It will be a perfect surveillance state. There will be no privacy. And that's what you're going to get. You're going to get great comfort, but there will be nothing left in the world for you to really do. Nothing that really matters. You'll just kind of live at the, service of the AI giving you material wealth. I'd really like to avoid that.
The Latin alphabet we use comes from the Greek, which comes from the Phoenician, and if you wrap it around a circle, turn each letter 90 degrees, and combine them into two-letter pairs, you see that our alphabet comes from the stars. Note, however, that these three signs are reversed. These are individually mirrored. Cancer has a basket on its head, and Aquarius is missing. The letter reversals are due to the sun's analemma still present in the alphabet, and that's the figure 8 pattern that the sun draws on the sky each year, and the direction the sun is moving through each sign causes the letter reversals. Untie the alphabet on the 7th of 22 letters. The basket on Cancer's head marks the summer solstice. Aquarius is silent because the early peoples believed his waters to be the underlying fabric upon which all the other signs lived and moved and had their being. And we can answer more questions if we look into the pictographic meanings of each letter, or if we stack the alphabet on a 7-layer cake.
Does anybody else find this strange? This is the cover for Meek Mill's new album. And again, you can see for yourselves all of the different symbolism on this album, because they always show you what they are about every single time, and this is no different. But maybe there's nothing to this at all, and it is just an album cover, right? Or maybe, just maybe, there is something more to all of this. I mean, we all know how much Meek Mill loved to hang with this guy right here, right? But then again, maybe there is nothing to this at all, and it is just an album cover. Maybe, just maybe. Or maybe, just maybe, there is something more to this album cover, because again, there is always truth if you just look and see things exactly for what they are. And Meek Mill sure does love to cover up that eye. I wonder why that is. I wonder why he likes to portray one eye being covered up like that. I mean, come on, you all. It is always right out in the open. But what do you all think about this album cover? Because this album cover is very bizarre in my honest opinion. Comment down below and you let me know.
I don't even know who Meek Mills is, but I know I'll be avoiding this album like the plague.
Yeah, I don't think I need any subliminal satanic chanting underlaid of some rap music just to get me pumped up to go to the store.
Shaky, I don't know what's wrong with me. No, but it's good. No, it's good. You're gonna be good. It's a good shit.
Leave room for the Holy Ghost. It's a lot of memories today, actually. It's a big day in music history.
He's celebrated Stranger Things, but this award from you, who take your craft seriously and earnestly believe, like me, that great acting can change the world, is a call to arms from our fellow craftsmen and women to go deeper, and through our art to battle against fear, self-centeredness, and exclusivity of our predominantly narcissistic monsters. And when we are at a loss amidst the hypocrisy...
Did you talk about vice presidential possibilities with Senator Warren?
You guys have got to try
Our first caress.
It's got to be one of these three things. Either 1, they're a robot, 2, they're demon-possessed, or 3, our boy Elon must have snuck in a Neuralink chip that malfunctioned on him.
Where is the green visor? Dogs Playing Poker is one of the most printed artworks in the history of civilization. Not only can I tell you that there was a dog wearing a visor, I can tell you it was green. So, where is it? I don't understand how this could be happening. How are things just disappearing? How is artwork changing? This isn't a false memory. It's almost what made the painting famous. How is this possible? Artwork, a lot of people have claimed the Mona Lisa changed and there are different artworks that have morphed over time, but dogs playing poker? It's the most printed artwork of all time. How many dorm rooms, how many pool halls, how many bars had a printed picture of dogs playing poker? I've seen that green visor 1 billion times. Where is it? It never existed? I know there's somebody else that remembers a green visor in this picture. This is like, they better never turn CERN back on. That needs to stay shut off for life.
A slice of fish. This supposed to be whitey. It's got skin on everything. Look at it. Right? The insides of it is like a diaper material. Look at that. You know, like a wet diaper? Right? Now watch this. Now where do you know a fish, you can squeeze it like a sponge like this? Where on the planet you know you can squeeze a fish like that? Now look. Put it back in the water. And it's whole again. It's a fish. See? Get another slice. Now in my time growing up, I never seen a whitey fish this big. Well, I know it probably got them, but I ain't never seen them like this. You know, I seen them, this was the biggest. I remember seeing them like this right here. And look, it's all the same. You squeeze it like a sponge. Look, it ain't breaking up or nothing. And you put it in the water. And it's a whole fish again.
Yeah, his dinner guests were going to have a terrible surprise when they bit into a fish-flavored sponge as their entree.
There's two types of secret societies out there. We'll use that phrase because it's very popular today, secret society. One is the group like Masons, Bilderberg, Bohemian Grove, Council on Foreign Relations, Skull and Bones. They're not secret. People know they exist. They know who the members are. But what goes on is secret. That's the first group. Then there's the second group of secret societies, which are really secret, that no one's ever heard about, like the Brotherhood. And somebody said, I've never heard about the Brotherhood.
Right.
I go, yeah, because it's a secret.
I was going to ask you about it.
Yeah, it's a true secret. So nobody knows the real secret societies. Nobody knows exists. Just like back in the day, La Cosa Nostra, the mafia, right? That didn't exist because nobody knew about it. It wasn't until Joe Malachi back in the 50s. But nobody knew it existed until he revealed it.
Right.
So same thing here. Nobody knows the real secret societies that exist. They believe that they, and only they, are destined and smart enough to rule and govern and make world decisions. Now they're doing it for a lot of greedy reasons because that way they consolidate and keep their power. But there's a small group, I was one of them, that believe, hey, there are a lot of people out there, but that if they knew some of this information, they knew they were being put into a trance and being manipulated with false information, misinformation from the media and so forth. If they knew how things really worked, if they knew how to use their mind and think and increase their wealth, increase their prosperity, increase their health, increase their longevity, if some of those people, that would be better for them. That would empower people instead of having two classes, which is the ruling elite class and virtually the slave class.
Yeah, just the fact that we even know about these secret societies kind of makes it an oxymoron at that point, right? Like, if we know they're a secret society, then they're not really secret. I guess you could say, like, what they do in private is secret, but really it kind of sounds oxymoronic to me. There's got to be some groups out there that none of us know about.
I remember we had an FBI consultant on the picture telling me that they can use your ADT security box microphone to get your stuff that's going on in your house, or OnStar, they can shut your car down. And he told me that 1 in 5 phone calls that you make are recorded and logged. And I laughed at him, and then he played back a phone conversation I'd had 2 years prior to joining the picture, the FBI consultant. And it was like one of those phone calls, it was like, you know, what are you wearing type of things.
Garfield's back, baby.
Yeah, just go ahead and get my boy a plate and a napkin so he doesn't look like a dang doofus over here on the kitchen table with it all over his face.
But that's it for the video, you guys.
Yeah, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Let's go ahead and like this video on your way out. Subscribe to Dolphin Dreamhouse. We love you, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.